Hello and welcome to General Garden episode 1. In this series I'll be going through everything I know about gardening and how you can garden to the best of your ability. Now, gardening is a menial subject for most, where a lot of people think that it's too much work or why would they even bother. But I believe that it's one of the most rewarding hobbies you can have, because you can physically see all the effort you put in throughout the year. Now, I must have chosen the worst time of year to start this series, because it's way too late to start growing the winter plants, but the growing season hasn't started yet for all the mid-year plants. So for now, this series will be dedicated towards preparation. Then later on when the growing season begins, we'll show in dedicated series all the different plants that I grow and how you can grow them best, with fertilisers, soil types and how to grow them. And then throughout the year I'll show the progression, and then at the end I'll show some recipes you can use, and also I'll show you around the shows that I go to see if I can get people interested, because it's one thing that I think a lot of people would enjoy if they knew that it existed. Now, as it's the cold, dismal, wet British winter, today we'll be focusing on beds. So what is a bed? The dictionary definition of a bed is a prepared area of ground for growing stuff. Now, that's a bit abbreviated, but that's summing it up, which is fully right. It's an area of ground where you're prepared so you can grow what you want to grow in it properly. Now today I'll do my best to explain how to do that. So, step 1, you actually need the ground, because otherwise you always put the bed in. So once you've got an allotment or your backyard, you've got a garden, designate an area of land that you think will be best for growing whatever you need to grow, to then make your bed. Then, secondly, check what soil type you have, because where I live it's clay and silty and horrible. You can't grow anything in it. So over years and years, my granddad, who has the garden that I grow in, has conditioned the soil so it's good enough to grow in, and you don't put something in it and it decides, oh, I can't grow in this. So where you live, you have to determine what type of soil you have to then build the ground up so it can grow stuff properly. So that takes some time. That'll take a couple of months probably, but to get stuff growing proper it might take years of experimenting, seeing why stuff won't grow. But if you have an allotment, then hopefully it'll already have beds that you can just tweak up a bit. The next main thing is weeding. Because the one thing that I hate about gardening is weeding. On your hands and knees, bent over for an hour and a half, pulling weeds out. It's draining work, but it's some of the most important work. Because as the old adage goes, 1 year's seed is 7 years weed, and once that seed is set in, you'll never get rid of it. Because if you weed kill and you kill the plants, you're going to grow in the soil. So unless you're going to quit for a couple of years to make sure the weeds are gone, then make sure you pull them out and pull them out regularly. And then in winter time, cover the beds so that none of them grow, and hopefully they'll get rid of themselves over time. So your bed's now weeded, you check your soil, things go in there alright. Then the next thing you have to do is fertilise. So no specifics yet, but when the growing season comes and I go specifically through what vegetables need, the specific fertiliser will be shown there. Now that's just a general guide in that it goes into no great detail. So now I'll show you what I have done to prepare my beds. The beds that I'm preparing in this video are sweet pea beds. So, first thing that I do is dig a 6-inch deep hole. So if you're growing 2 rows of anything, down one side of your bed you need to grow 1 trench, lift the soil from that side onto the other side of the bed, and then dig a hole the entire length of the bed. Then use manure or mushroom compost, which I am using in this video. Then fill that up with a half full all along the bed. Then using a rake, cover back over and then repeat on the other side. And then later in the year, because if you fertilise now, you have a chance of it got to spoiling, because if it gets wet and then freezes, it might break up and degrade. So fertilisers, as I say, will be shown later on. But it's no great shakes really bed preparing, but it's incredibly important. Thank you for watching the beginning of this great adventure of gardening. Now I would like to add, just before this video ends, in this section that you're most likely going to skip, that this is the very first Pear Pit video production. First time I ever made a video. Now this is a great landmark in the history of this channel. And at this point in time, for most YouTubers, you get, oh, could you subscribe please, or could you give us a like? But the way that I see it is, if I haven't got a like, I haven't been good enough. So I'm never going to beg for likes, subscribes, comments. But I will say that if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, because the entire point of me being here is to educate and entertain. So if you want anything specifically going through, ask. If you want something stupid to happen, ask. If you want me to make anything on anything, it doesn't have to be gardening. If you want me to make a video on anything specific, ask. Because I'm doing this for the fun of it, not to get rich or to be famous. Just for the fact that it's something I enjoy, and I might as well make a video on it, because I've got no better to do. It's Christmas, all it is, and I've got bored by this point. So, January 1st, 2026 till December 31st, 2026 will be this year's growing adventure. Thanks a lot for watching. This has been the very first Pear Pit Productions video.